Hey everybody, it is Matt and Dyan and welcome back to Ok Aussie Vlogmas edition. Once again we are here with the Christmas cheer. I think I look silly in this hat, but she makes me wear it to make me look silly. I'm sure she does that. Anyway, happy Christmas everybody. It actually hides my new haircut which I gave myself this morning.
VLOGMAS, not Christmas.
It's in the build up to Christmas. It's Vlogmas. Every day we're doing a Christmas video in preparation for obviously the holiday season. On our countdown, it's a bit like an advent calendar. We're your advent calendar. Where's yours, little Miss Jingle Bells? Just because you're sick in bed?
I'm not well enough, so I get out of it.
Jeez, the excuses. So yes, she is getting out of it tonight. I've got in the corner here, we're just keeping an eye on her saturated oxygen stats and heart rate at the moment. As you're aware, Dyan is a person who's got a lot of complex chronic conditions. All those stem mostly from her genetic condition 22q11.2 deletion syndrome, that chromosomal disorder where she's missing anywhere between 40 to 60 genes and it's affecting about 180 different symptoms of her body. I'm on a bit of a seizure watch as well, obviously, because of the warm weather, sleep, everything else that contributes. You know the triggers. If you don't know the triggers, make sure you subscribe, join our channel, and you can go back and have a look at some of our journeys. We talked about a range of things on our channel, and during the Vlogmas season we had got a very much a Christmas theme going. Obviously we try and keep it happy with the Vlogmas. I actually just came back. I was sent on a mission. It is disability style. First of all, we've got a new arm for the Sp02 reader. That's a pulse oximeter that Dyan wears to collect our data, to collect our stats, to help the clinical team. We've actually got a medical appointment tomorrow. Yet another one for Dyan.
Yeah, so we're just doing measurements with the new
arm connector, sensor. It's actually a sensor arm that connects to the actual device.
Measures my oxygen.
They get worn out pretty well because Dyan has them on quite a lot and quite often, and of course she has a lot of conditions between respiratory and cardiac and obviously with different types of seizures. She's fine, she says. But look, the data is very useful for our clinical team, and that's why we do our videos, to actually collate information on her condition, the symptoms, and how she experiences life as a person with disability because of 22q. Now, like I said, with Christmas on mine, I have just been down to Kmart.
Around all over the place.
You don't look like you're jumping. I'm looking at your legs.
50 to 80.
Yeah.
My heart's been going down to
She's been in the 80s with the oxygen saturations.
It's just been like for the past particularly 4 days, even though I'm on furosemide, 4 days of heart sprays. Which
is that nitrobenzyl GTN spray which we use for Dyan. So she is showing a few symptoms. She's had a lot of between dystonia. Obviously yesterday's activities was initially a Tourette's episode and a dystonic storm. Generalized dystonia and focal dystonia. Before that she was having tonic-clonic seizures. A whole range of different neurological things are going, and of course being summer, it's seizure season for us here because the hotter the weather in Perth, unfortunately the more the neurological symptoms go for you. So you're not feeling terribly flash, is the operative word I guess I'd use at the moment. So you're here relaxing, but you sent me on a mission. I went on a mission to Kmart.
I needed a lip liner.
A few things. Lip liners. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I'm not a guy that normally goes shopping for makeup. Just saying.
I made him.
I went for a forage. I forayed into the makeup section of Kmart.
I was at home cutting my hair.
I don't want to even know that. You and scissors at the best of times.
I was just doing a few more layers.
Cool, layers are good. So, why does the makeup section have to be in such a trashed state all the time when I go there?
Because all the teeny boppers do it.
Oh, do they? The teeny boppers, right.
The baby prostitutes.
Well, I found one that's terribly inappropriate mess, and your Tourette's doesn't let you off. I think she's a little bit on the Tourette's side. And do apologise with the coprolalia, the inappropriate language, and the copraxia, the inappropriate signals that you'll sometimes do, is an uncontrollable neurological condition that's part of the Tourette's vocal and physical motor tics that Dyan also has. So I was going in there looking around. I actually managed to find one of the lip liners that you sent me on that mission to find. One, only one.
But it was the third selection out of 3.
Yeah, I know. She gave me 3 pictures, and this is how we do our shopping. She browses the shopping online. She takes screenshots. She sends it to my phone. She tells me what she wants in preferential order.
I got the 3 preferential order. I got the 3rd preference.
I know, right? First preference ain't there. Second preference ain't there. Third preference, lucky it was actually there. It was the very last lip liner on the entire shelf.
Was it really?
It was. So I went off hunting. Apparently there must have been. Obviously it's a Christmas stocking filler. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Okay, the brand. Because they're quite cheap. They're only $6 too. So it's so cheap they're running off the shelves. Literally running off the shelves. I went searching for a Kmart attendant to try and see if I could find some more, stock in the shelves underneath in their cages or wherever they put them.
Where's the remote control for the aircon?
Aircon remote control
Is
right over there. 2 seconds. So apparently it's feeling a bit like Alaska in here.
Yeah, it is feeling like that.
I don't mind you a little bit chilly.
Why?
On ice. Why?
Look at his nose. It's cute,
What's
right?
wrong with my nose? What's wrong with my nose?
the
Oh, this nose. Oh, okay. Yes, comical best. So look, why is it so hard to find staff in the evening at Kmart as well? I don't know. I wasn't having a good Kmart experience today. Found one. She went looking. Said there's meant to be plenty.
I love looking at
Couldn't find any. You do because you're autistic, and that's part of 22Q. Autism, ADHD, OCD, Tourette's, multiple different seizure types, hypermobility, GI tract related issues, autoimmune conditions, whole range of things going on here. How is your state? You're 93 oxygen. That's good, as long as you're on the antics. Now, as we know, with saturated oxygen, 95 and above, that's where we want to be. Ideally, we want to be at that 98, 99, and 100. Yay, 100 of 100 for oxygen saturation.
No.
That's what we'd like to be.
You're not meant to be 100, you're meant to be...
Yes, you are. On these devices, you're meant to be reading at 99 to 100%. However...
My average is 93.
Yeah, well, you're stuffed. You're broken, okay? You're the bad pancake that didn't work out. When it goes below 95, it's like you should keep an eye on that, what's going on and what's causing to that.
Don't worry if you hear an alarm.
Yep.
It just means
there are
that
threshold alarms set.
Under 90, it'll come back up.
So some of the devices that we use will have alarming because it's actually very important. So the wearable device actually has a vibration code built in. So when it hits that threshold, so for example, if it's hitting at 90 and going below for oxygen, or if the heart rate's doing something weird, too high or too low, we want it Goldilocks. We want it in the middle. It will buzz you. Exactly.
And it goes like this
tingle.
Here.
Electrocution.
This bit here goes...
Definitely.
Very sensory and all. You can
on
turn
the
it
app,
off.
we actually can control that by turning it off,
you can turn it off,
changing the settings, but also having audible alarms so that we're going, what's going on?
However, you do need to have it on really because it then alerts you
Draws your attention
to what's going on because it's not good to be in those stats.
No, it's not for a long period of time as well.
Exactly.
So when your oxygen stats go below 90, that's when it's really concerning. And of course, when it's 88 and below, that's when we should be looking at supplemental oxygen, O2 cylinder.
And I go down to the 80s.
Quite regularly.
All day, every day.
Quite consistently. And that's from doing nothing.
Tree on it.
I also went looking for some more Miniverse and some of these Make It Mini type balls.
One.
I actually found a Make It Mini holiday version. This was advertised, a bit like the, what's that TV show, the old Christmas TV show? The American one that we... trying to think. Lampoon.
Right.
No, National Lampoons.
I love Christmas.
They actually use it as part of their advertising. So anyway, some of these things are obviously very Christmas orientated for that Christmas season. So when you're feeling a little bit better, you can do a mini, make it holiday style.
Guys, what do you reckon?
Miniverse. That's pretty cool. That's part of your VLOGMAS. So
crafting.
I've got some of the regulars as well. The retro. That was quite popular.
We've got more minis coming up.
Got some other things happening. So if you're into the mini and the make it stuff, she's there. I'm hoping also when Dyan feels a little bit better later on, we've got the art studio up and going so she can do some more of her resin art and acrylic painting and other things as well.
Lots of get back into that. Planned. I haven't yet been able to, which is disappointing because there's been some special pieces for Christmas I've been wanting to make, right?
Yeah, as gifts for other people as well too.
This year is just not going to happen.
Well, look, we've just moved house. What do you expect? I mean, come on.
And we decorated. And we're doing VLOGMAS.
We're pretty flat out, and you're not well because you've been having.
I'm meeting new staff constantly because.
Let's talk about that as well. So you've been having seizures every second at least at the moment.
And basically, on
average, it's not a good average for her.
You know what we're having to look into is me getting a permanent setup of 24/7 stuff.
Correct,
because
I need more supports to help
people. Who will be working with me. So naturally, that's exhausting.
It is exhausting getting to know new people, isn't it? You know what it's like.
We've got to go through all this paperwork to do so, but it is time.
It's a process under the NDS.
It's just what we have to do. We're at that phase, and it's just
Yeah, because Dawn's got this
Gotta roll
complex
with it.
medical condition, so we have to keep her safe, and that safe is around the clock. And like I've been doing for a number of years,
But
as
it's
you well
more
know,
than that.
it's exhausting.
It's since becoming with this,
Mm.
you know, another ethical provider that we're with right now,
Yeah.
who do it properly. A lot of them are very experienced. I'm talking 30 plus years
Each,
experience
in the
each.
industry, yeah, correct.
So basically, for me, they are seeing that because I don't know if you're all aware, but you probably are. If you're in the system, you're definitely aware. None of us are getting what we really need. We're all
It's a
making
fight.
do with what we get. But basically, these people want to get what you need, and they are fighters.
Yeah.
And they will make sure.
And look, a lot of these people have
that
actually
I
worked
get what I
within
need.
the NDIS or other
Yes.
disability services or aged care services,
Mhm.
right in the government systems.
Yes.
They are aware of what you're
And they
eligible
want
for,
quality of life
how to process and get that, and how to make your life better.
Well, they
quality
want
life.
quality of life for carers.
Yeah.
Because informal carers get used and abused by the
Oh, yes,
system.
they do. As
Okay,
we all
and they're
know,
not
us carers, don't we?
They're
No,
not
paid.
paid, and it's inappropriate to expect
And carers burnout is a real thing.
24/7, 365 days of the year, a person to do it.
Whilst also juggling all the
And
stresses that go with it too,
also,
eh?
families that walk away, family members, it is common.
Correct.
I'm not the only one. And so basically, it's not just for me,
No.
it's also for you.
But it's funny, and I'll say what's funny in a moment, because when I was going out to Kmart, and remember, we've just knew as we've moved into our apartment, this is the apartment that
New
we
but
used
old.
to live here. That's what I was saying to this person I just met, actually. It's like,
We're
we're back,
new
we're
here,
new
but we're
for the
old.
last week. We've only just moved in for a week.
We've been here
but
for
we've
2
been
years
here
before.
for 2 years beforehand. So we've been away on a
And
hiatus
some of you guys know
for
that.
7 months. So I've bumped into a new neighbour on our level, which was really nice. A lovely elderly
She's nice.
Italian lady.
I met her at the Christmas tree.
No, you didn't
Set
meet
up.
this one, so you haven't met her. So she's someone different again. Yes.
She was there. Didn't you see her?
No, I didn't see her. Maybe you did. I don't know. I didn't see her. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe it could be on the...
Can you get your pulse going for me? So that threshold
That's
alert is
my
for the
normal.
heart rate. That was just going down to 40s. So just,
I know, this is just trying to turn itself
Yeah.
off.
apart from relying on actual devices, I do like to take physical readings myself just to see the pressure, if it's thready, consistent, and the rate, which is now just accelerating back up again for me, which is great. It's at 58. It's flapping. Your oxygen stats, your heart rate is flapping. You're up and down and in and out at the moment, like a yo-yo. So anyway, coming back to what we were saying, so this lady I bumped into, which Dyan apparently met while we went down to the Christmas thing, which could have possibly happened because we were meeting so many different people, so many familiar
but
people.
It could not be. I mean, I'll see when I meet
You will,
her.
exactly. But I also
she
met
lives on
her
my
daughter,
level.
and I've never met either of these people beforehand. But the very interesting conversation that ensued was actually, not only did she introduce herself, but she said, look, she's very shy. She's actually very withdrawn because she's an actual epileptic as well. We understand that. We've obviously died with her own conditions. And she was diagnosed about 40 years ago, but she's saying that, look, since that time, and as I was explaining to Dyan, she's quite withdrawn because she feels embarrassed. She doesn't like it when people, I guess, judge her for having seizures, particularly out in public, in the wild, as I call it. She's in a situation where her own partner has passed away, and that's where she's
really
living
sad.
by herself here. But her daughter's over here 90% of the time. Her daughter lives very close in the area,
She's
a lovely
lucky
girl.
with that.
But it was interesting because we're talking about the daughter who's 40. She actually was discovered that she was epileptic while she was pregnant at the time. Oxygen stats are now at 88. Gonna start 87. So just actually I'm down. Sorry about that annoying beat. 86. You can see it on screen anyway. Very annoying little thing. I'm just going to reduce the volume down a little bit because we don't need to scare everybody out there. You just focus on your reading. So as I was saying, she discovered she was epileptic by having a seizure while she was pregnant at the time, 40 years ago. That's why she remembers exactly the day, because it's based on her daughter's birth. But she had to wait for her daughter to be born before they could do further testing. But since the time she hasn't been able to...
my very difficult pregnancies. Yeah. I had 2 high risk
with HG, hyperemesis, yeah.
I had just gestational diabetes as well.
Yeah, on top of the hyperemesis.
And high blood pressure, and things that I don't normally have because I'm normally low blood pressure.
It's very, very, very low.
So I spent a lot of time in maternity ward prior to delivery of my children.
With your feet up, relaxing.
Either admitted as a patient or there, strapped up to the monitors for hours at a time. Yeah.
Well,
so isn't that interesting?
It is interesting, but also in your case, look, you shouldn't have had children because, as the doctor said, particularly once we found out by the first, life-threatening for Dyan.
I insisted because I wanted at least 2 children.
I know, and you were stubborn and you pushed through against doctor's orders, and that doctor wasn't happy with you.
Him,
yes, and we nearly lost you.
I'm so glad that I didn't.
I know.
And he scared the hell out of me.
But we stopped there. That was a snip.
And I was like,
no more.
This little one was meant to be with me.
I guess.
And I'm so grateful.
But it shows the complexities of doing and considering parenting, childbirth, when you've got a chromosomal condition, when your body hates you, your body's attacking you.
Only 1 in 5 22q patients get married and have children.
Absolutely. Unfortunately.
Normally we're guardians under their parents.
Correct. Forever. And that's the recommendations under the clinical guidelines for 22q 11.2 deletion syndrome, is that guardianship, not just for enduring parental, medical, but also financial guardianship. To be able to navigate and get through life, because many of them have intellectual developmental delays, issues with cognitive conditions, obviously health in general. There's so many challenges that go on.
If you look at one of my subscriptions on our OK Aussie, you will see a young lady in America called Megan Beggs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And please go and share some love to her. Because I haven't really spoken to her, but I have followed her.
We've seen her for a while. Megan's also got 22q 11.2
and added her there because she's younger than me, but she's getting to the age where she's starting to have more symptoms of the 22q. The physical, but she also talks about the anxiety, but she's getting a lot more physical symptoms. So I wanted that there for any other 22q young people, because we're all different age groups and all different battles, because everyone with 22q has a different battle.
Correct.
I'm struggling hard, as you
and that's an important point to note as well. Just this goes with many conditions, be it like the lady I'm talking about with epilepsy, or even just talk about autism. If you met one person who's an epileptic, or one person who's got autism, or one person who's got 22q 11.2 deletion syndrome, you've just met that one person. And that might be a snapshot of that one person. It doesn't convey that that's how the symptoms appear for everybody with that condition. Correct. It is a spectrum. Okay, you could be on the very, very low end. You might have the condition, the genetic issues, but you might not have any actual symptoms. Whereas you could be at the other end of the spectrum and have every little bit of it.
But it's like the misconception of Down syndrome.
Okay. 49 with the pulse. Stop beeping me, you.
If you don't turn the beeps up, I can't hear.
Well, I can hear
what's going on.
You should be able to feel it because it's vibrating.
It's not vibrating. Oh. So you've turned things off, which turns everything off. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, let's look at Down syndrome. They are all different levels of functioning.
Correct.
There's also a thing called mosaic Down syndrome. So that's just one example.
Another variation.
They're on the 21st arm
chromosome
of the genes. Chromosome, sorry. I'm on the
22nd.
22nd, of course. But that doesn't matter. That's
by the way.
Regardless, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving Down syndrome as an example. If you've met one person with Down syndrome, they're all different, guys. And they can all function in a different capacity. And it has to be respected. And so, we're all unique. And I think that people, my personal opinion and ethics of society is it's our job as a society to understand all conditions as much as possible, because inclusion is, in my eyes, the future.
Well, look, first of all, it starts with tolerance and understanding and acceptance. that would be a nice little pass. Yeah, bringing that caring and compassion into society and the community
There's a lot
as
of
well.
rare syndromes
Now,
you
talking
don't
about
know
that person who I've just spent today with epilepsy, as I'm trying to explain, she's been dealing with for 40 years. She obviously doesn't drive because, again, of the condition, just like Dyan. Her license, she had to be taken away because she's not allowed to drive because trying to operate machinery and then suddenly having a seizure ain't a good thing, of course. But she's become, like she indicated, she felt very relieved. It was just, I could see it just come through her face, her expression and her enthusiasm to have the conversation of acceptance. Just meeting someone who goes, yeah, absolutely, I get it, I understand you have seizures. No judgment, no shade on you. In fact, how can I assist or help? What's specific about your type of condition? I'm just down the hallway, your daughter's here, obviously 90% of the time. Well, that 10% when she's not here, here's my phone number. If you need me, just ring, just buzz me. And that can be any time. And I think it's that huge relief of someone going, oh, here's someone who not only understands, but accepts it, but is also willing to assist or help just in the case, odd case, that you're left alone. Because I always worry about you if you're left alone when I'm out and about, when I'm not around. Hence why the needs for, coming back to full circle on this, why you need to have the supports. Because with you, your heart rate flapping around, your oxygen stats dropping out, weird things that occur from heart attack to angina to orthostatic intolerance to the dystonia to the seizures. Anything can happen in our life and we're always prepared for it, and that's why we
always prepared.
Need to have systems,
but,
and we have good efficiency
of systems in place. Her withdrawal.
Social withdrawal? Yeah.
Now, I'm a little different to that because with my ADHD...
Alright, just keep buzzing on.
So with my ADHD, I am a lot more enthusiastic to participate in activities and I push through.
Yeah.
But I know the embarrassment factor. I started having pre-ictal when we were at the shops and I said to Matt, just get me to the car, because my first thought was I don't want to have a seizure in a shopping centre because people and I'll tell you this, I know that there's good people that wouldn't judge in a negative way, but there is people that are rude, disrespectful and judgmental.
There is in society today.
Sadly. And I see it all the time when I'm in my wheelchair, that people give me sometimes the look of disgust. Okay?
And they don't even know you or know your story.
I'm in a wheelchair. Okay? They don't
Crazy.
know the backstory. They don't know my life. So it's sad. But I push through. I'm blessed with my personality, I guess I could say.
Absolutely.
But
Very
I
strong personality.
understand other personality types that maybe can't do that, and it makes me sad for them.
Correct. And look, it's always a reminder to me.
To me, epilepsy needs to be normalised in a way of
any
it's
seizure
a disability,
does.
and it is part of some people's lives.
Correct.
And they still want to live. And they still want to participate.
Correct.
Without judgment.
I'm also going to be clear that any seizure needs to be normalised. Again, there's certain medical conditions that get more of a priority or awareness than others do, and I don't think that's always
it's
fair
actually dangerous,
understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that needs to be considered. 25% of us die of SUDEP.
Yeah, which is some unexplained death from epilepsy, and unfortunately that's a very risk effect that comes with that. There's lots of interesting stats, and that's why we have seizure detection devices, whether it's a semi-3 camera or the night watch, a wearable device, or the fact that I actually am acutely a light sleeper. I've learned to be that very much next to die. I literally will stir and wake up at the slightest of movements, okay, whether it's a whimper, whether it's a rollover, whether it's getting up to go to the toilet, just to make sure that she's okay, keeping an eye on her to keep that she's safe. Because look, even the best devices don't always work at the thresholds to actually trigger and give you indications. So
guys, technology
multiple devices is better. Yeah.
It's wonderful, isn't it? But it's not foolproof.
Don't be complacent is what I'm saying.
Science isn't foolproof. That's really sad. Genetics is foolproof. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're still getting there with medical guys. A lot of doctors have to do an educated guess. Now, I'm lucky. A syndrome is genetic, is 99.9% accurate. For someone with dementia, Parkinson's, MS, it's a little harder it's not one test that tells them that they've got that. So it's a bit harder.
I'm going to give you a bit of an adjunct to that. The actual testing for genetics itself, the science, still new and evolving. The actual tests themselves are very accurate as to what they actually determine. But it's actually more about the knowledge, which is what I still have concerns around, and particularly in certain areas. Some things they just haven't actually joined those dots together. They are still a bit of a puzzle piece out there. They know that there's something wrong. They reverse engineering, so to speak. They go, well, this person's got this condition. Let's go looking to see which genes might be broken or duplicated or missing to try and tie it all in to understand. And that's particularly in your case.
Don't know genetics.
You don't have a specialist here in Perth as an adult for 22Q because there's no one that actually knows her condition.
And I can't go to Queensland or Melbourne because of Medicare.
Absolutely.
But also, I want to say, doctors don't know genetics very well. I'm sorry, but they don't.
No, absolutely.
Manage your expectations. Please don't fall for this complex that doctors and specialists put on. And they don't all do it. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good doctors that are very humble and nurses. And some nurses have God complexes as well, and some are humble. But when it comes to also knowing what the symptoms are of these syndromes, they act like they do, but they don't. And then next to that, not every neurologist knows epilepsy.
No, there's only about a third of them
which
actually have studied to be things like an epidemiologist. That's a very specialist field of neurology to understand even seizures. And look, there's about 56 different seizure types as well, and not all of those are understood, as particularly those who are genetically based.
And also I'm in WA.
Yeah, good old West Australia.
In Australia, that's kind of the worst state for quality of education and care for medical and all of those things. We're the Wild West.
We are the Wild West out here, aren't we?
Very tough. We've been bred very, very tough.
Yep.
And but the problem is their medical care. I was told by my geneticist that I should be living in Melbourne.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame when you get to that sort of point when there's a recommendation that you should go to another country or another state to try and obtain and achieve the care that you need. The sonorous tones of Google on a home automation system. Yes, you should. We'll give you some melatonin in a moment.
Yes. But it is Vlogmas, but this is a disability video
Vlogmas.
Pardon me, I had a hospital shake.
Yeah, a drink,
So basically, this is our reality, and I want to make sure that I'm keeping it real for you people that have this reality.
Yeah.
So doesn't mean that I'm not happy for Christmas and excited. And
we modify and do things a little bit different, don't we? We try and bring the Christmas in. Or like this case,
party coming soon.
We have a couple of things going on. So like today, me going shopping for Dyan is the extension. She gets to feel vicariously through my actions that she's still getting the things that she wants without having to go the exercise of getting dressed, sitting up, travelling in, going through the crowds of Christmas, waiting in lines, checkouts and came back. I've done the hard part.
WhatsApp, and here I am cutting my hair.
I have no words for that whatsoever. So anyway, I've done the shopping, got the things that you needed.
Because I've got an appointment tomorrow.
You do. You're seeing your doctor.
It's hair wash day because it's oily as. And because I've done these new bangs, man.
Right.
I've got hair, guys, that when I do layers, I've already done some layers. You've probably already noticed, but I've already done some layers and it creates a nice wave. I'm very lucky with my hair. I have like curly waves, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
And the more layers I create, the more of that I get. So I'm sort of playing with my hair at the moment, but I'm keeping it long. Don't you know me? I've always been a long hair girl. But basically, when I wash it, that's when it pops. Whatever you've cut, it just goes into that natural bounce back up. So I'm looking forward to a good hair wash. But who doesn't love a good hair wash?
Sure. Now, some of the stories on attending to that. We had this sensor arm arrived today. Here's a funny little story about that. Dyan obviously managed to get, because I was out and about at the time, managed to get to the intercom to try and talk to Australia Post, who was doing the delivery, but it's one of those sign-on delivery.
Well, I opened the door for him.
You communicated. Hold on, slow down. So you communicated through the intercom. You identified yourself. You pressed the button to open the door. But he wouldn't be able to leave it because he wanted you to calm down. He told
me, he said, I need your signature. I said, I can't.
Exactly.
But because he didn't understand English.
Right. But there's also difficult. You couldn't get down there. So with a person with disability, you couldn't just simply hop up walks downstairs via the lift and get to the foyer.
And I did contact staff, but they weren't available.
They weren't available at the time.
Because, you know, guys, this is like, you know, these posties are zoom, zoom.
If you're not there within 10 seconds, good luck. They've gone. There's like a smoke trail going on. So I did have to pop down to the local post office, the LPO, to pick up.
Why do I have to sign for a $20 thing?
It's funny, isn't it? It's so irregular.
Stupid.
But anyway, at least you've
got it. What we're
really
waiting for is something even more special.
Yes, well, that's another issue there. So, but I just wanted to highlight, because we're talking about disability and Christmas time, there's many people who are disabled who are bed-bound or homebound. They rely on deliveries during their online shopping, whether it's even groceries being delivered,
whether it's
takeaway, but more importantly, it's the things and items with clothes, shoes, medical products. We get a lot of medical products delivered to us. Not Shein, hospital, warehouse, and other places.
My clothes from Shein.
I'm just saying. That shows you the challenge of what happens when a person like Dyan is by themselves, don't have supports. How do they get to the door? How do they go downstairs? How do they greet the person who's delivering? And what's worse is, if the person then leaves a little note in the mailbox saying, come down to the post box and come and collect it from your local post office, how does a person with disability actually do that without having to get a carer to go down or organising a disability taxi to arrange themselves to go? All these problems. Challenges, aren't they? Being disabled and dealing with just daily living.
It's stressful, because when he said I need a signature, I'm like, now if and you were collecting my, what have I got on me?
Cat flap.
Cat fur. You were collecting my wheelchair.
Yes.
So if I had and I've got my electric wheelchair.
Your electric wheelchair is just there.
Stickers on her.
She's gorgeous.
Stickers on her. She's got one side there's fairies.
Of course.
Tinkerbell and Tinkerbell's friends.
Of course you would have.
And on the other side,
would I expect anything different?
Marie, who's the
cat from the Aristocrats. Okay, yep.
Aristocrats.
Yep.
Aristocats. Okay, so I've got those cats on the other side.
Okay.
So I'm set.
Okay, so she's customised to
and I also put like some what do they call them for keys? Key ring,
key charms?
Pretty charms.
Okay.
I've got that also hanging on my wheelchair bag, looking all pretty.
Excellent. So long as you have beautified and customised it to suit your zoomy. Now, that's coming back to the other story. I obviously have gone out today to
But he said he's got a remote control to pull me back, and I'm like...
Now, we had the option of having it delivered, but that was going to be another 10 days or so. And it's like, no, I want Dyan to be able to get it and start to feel independent as soon as she can before Christmas. So I've gone down there myself. It's only to Osborne Park, which is literally 12 minutes down the freeway that way. Yes. Got it, picked it up, brought it back, and it is great. It isn't carbon fibre, it is lightweight, it's collapsible, so it folds up into no space at all, so it's easy to lift, goes into the car, which is really cool. It's easy for you to drive.
I think it might be needed when the car breaks down.
Yes, maybe. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Touch wood. I'm more worried about your body breaking down rather than the car. But it also comes with a remote control, as Dyan was saying. So when she's being a naughty little girl, I can bring up the remote control and go reverse, back away.
He's not going to use it, guys. I'm not going to accept.
She's being really naughty. I'm going to start doing donuts.
Literally control.
Donuts.
No.
Which is spinning around. Anyway, that's there obviously an auto-tenant moment.
To show them spinny?
No, right now, sweet. Not with your body and your brain and where things are.
He wants me to rest.
We'll do that in another episode, and you can actually christen your wheelchair. But it's a bit of a tease. It's like the postman came. You couldn't even use it because it wasn't here at the time.
He came in the door. Look,
downstairs.
we have locked doors downstairs. Only
foyer.
us can let people in that are approved, right?
Yep.
So
security is really
basically,
good.
I let him in and I said, just put it down below and I need someone to sign.
Needs it
but
to
he
be
came
signed.
in anyway.
Sure, so he came in
and
for
I
other
thought
things.
he would have left it out of kindness.
No.
It's $20 item. Nope.
No. Has to be signed, honey. Hence why I had to go all the way down to the post office and pick it up for you. That's okay. There's been a few trips out today. I feel like I've been
because I need more stats for my doctor.
Yeah, so your doctor's appointment tomorrow.
I've got my good doctor appointment
which is why I'm also making sure you're resting up because it takes a lot of energy out.
My gastroparesis dietitian, I loved seeing her. Yep. Even though it's a pain going in.
Emily over at the hospital.
She was lovely. Mm-hmm. And she gave me some extra tips.
Useful tips and advice.
That I haven't heard
which
before.
Is pretty good considering there's so much complexity around allergies, multiple allergies, lactose intolerance, gluten intolerance.
She's very
needing
impressed
to be
with my strategies,
gastroparesis.
isn't she?
She's actually very impressed.
I am.
You got a gold star from her. She literally.
I am not bad.
If there was a trophy, you would have got a trophy because you know what she said. You guys,
Healthy
you're doing
weight
incredibly
range,
well.
Good diet.
You're so vigilant in everything that you do.
Except I did tell her that I do struggle and cheat because of survival, and I said like, look, recently when I had that H days, which I haven't had in years, it kept coming up.
Yeah.
And that's not good, guys, because it causes ulcer. I've had the last time I had an endoscopy, I had a lot of ulcers, not ulcers, but what did he call them? Like
from the reflex and the heartburn.
Yeah,
and the
he
GERD.
saw little lesions in my
What's up, this?
Yeah. So that's from the acid. The acid burns, guys, with gastroparesis. It comes back up and it burns.
Yeah.
And so it's not good for you.
Obviously.
So anyway, when I don't eat like that, I don't get that. So hence why I have to stick to my gastroparesis.
But it is pretty
diet.
bland. It is pretty boring. It is pretty hard to be able to do those things on a regular basis. Hey, Will, are you comfortable over there on my bed? Okay, good on you, buddy. He's comfortable. I'm glad to see that. Dyan's oxygen at 96, which is great. Heart rate seems consistent at 50. Oh, I say that and it's just dropped down into 48. God, on cue almost. Eh?
Guys, it's like this.
Yeah.
My heart and oxygen is...
Now, Dyan's going to wear this device when she goes out tomorrow because her heart, and I can put money on this, I can predict this. Your heart is going to go from as low as probably 35 and it's going to go up to probably 215.
Yeah.
Just by doing a car trip.
Sitting in the car.
Going to your specialist appointment. It's like, oh my goodness me. Your oxygen stats will be probably down around about 82, 84. This is what Dyan experiences, and this is the strain of living with disability around time. But hey, isn't it fun? You get together, see your doctor for a Christmas. Is that exciting? Is that exciting?
Yeah, should I wear a Christmas
I don't know.
little...
Why not? But this is our life. It's like, these are your activities. Going to the hospital, going to a clinic, going to see your doctor,
this is the good doctor. This doctor makes me laugh.
Yeah.
I try and make him laugh. I hope I do anyway.
I think you do pretty good at that, just being you.
He at least he's the good doctor, being so close to Christmas. But yeah, no, I think all will be fine.
Yeah.
And I'll get to wish him a happy Christmas.
Absolutely.
And then we have a Christmas party coming up soon.
Well, you got a couple of things.
So I'm looking forward to that.
You know that tomorrow, being Thursday, you're meant to be having your carols with one of our neighbours on our floor. So we've been invited to a carol.
Right.
She's a pianist, a professional
I get to go to a very
pianist.
Exclusive invitation.
Invitational only.
To someone who's a piano player.
Yep.
She's a pianist.
A pianist?
A pianist.
That's a horrible word.
Pianist.
Yes, okay, I thought you'd go there. So it's a...
Pianist.
Oh God, it's just getting worse as we go along. She plays the piano, we'll stick with that. So
no, look, she plays the piano beautifully. She's a piano teacher, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm looking...
Yeah, that's okay. Just suck it in, honey.
So I'm looking forward to seeing her.
And singing a few carols.
Singing the carols to the
Indeed,
piano.
before you pass out and faint because of lack of oxygen.
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking forward to that part, right?
I've got to be careful, yeah. But I'll be going with my zippy
we're talking about these things because this is the reality. Even doing a simple event. Now, it's also meant to be champagne and carols, but you're not going to be doing champagne because of your condition. Damn on that one. But you have to be careful because even the activity of trying to sing and participate uses a lot of oxygen. Your O2 levels will drop and you'll quite possibly literally sink up and pass out.
I won't be able to have a shampoo.
You can smell the cork. How about that? I know, right?
I want champagne.
Not on the medications you're on.
Just one glass.
No glasses.
The doctor said when I asked him, he said, when I said, can I have alcohol?
Yeah.
It was this is one Christmas.
That's Christmas last year.
One Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Christmas before that, actually.
Probably, yeah.
But
and you still haven't had any, so that's okay.
And I said, like, can I have alcohol? You
Not
know,
a
just
stimming
one
toy.
glass, say, just one glass. And basically, he says, no.
So you understood that as an autistic, that someone
he's saying yes.
apparently saying yes, but
He
no
says no.
means
he
yes.
says no, guys.
Right.
But you know,
In
I'm
moderation. You're a rebel without a cause.
I can make my own choices. Why did you take my stim toy
Because
away?
you were stimming and you'll
That's
break
my
it.
stim
I
toy.
don't care. Get a proper
Where's
stimming
George?
toy. I don't know where George is, one of your stim toys.
Oh, Mona, I've put your George somewhere special.
Oh, by the way.
He's in there.
Where?
Mona's card's up here.
Oh, you've opened it up already?
Mona!
Congrats on the new pad.
Sorry.
Oh, you opened it when I wasn't here. Excuse
me.
me.
Read it in a minute, Mona. You can read it.
Mona, again, one of our long-term followers on the channel.
And friends in virtual life.
We have been here,
and the other place.
engaged and interacted, absolutely.
And she's coming in 2026.
But she's over in Edinburgh.
Hopefully.
In Scotland.
I hope you do.
Scotland the brave. Where's your bagpipe?
I hope
Where's
you
your
do
haggis?
get here in 2026. But
Yeah.
Mona, if you don't,
Yeah.
I want to come to Scotland.
I want to have a conversation with the Scots. Why do you throw telephone poles? I just want to understand the logic. Telephone poles. It's a sport. They do a lot of weird sports over in Scotland. They throw things like the shot put. I get that. They eat haggis. I get that.
They're funny.
But they actually grab poles.
What haggis?
They eat. No, they're not huggers. Haggis. Haggis.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And your doctor you need to eat hummus, but that's similar. But not haggis. Hummus.
My dietitian said hummus.
Hummus. Yeah, that's similar too.
That is not the same.
Not the same thing as haggis. Don't get the two confused. Anyway, my question is with the Scots around.
My friend Barbara.
Why do you throw?
You tell him the truth.
Light poles.
He's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about Scottish people.
I want to know.
You, Barbara, you tell him.
I'm meant to have. I think I've even got a kilt. Our family heritage is both
Yours
Irish
is
and
different colour
Scots.
than my kilt.
My
kilt's green.
Mine hopefully got blue in it. Anyway, I still want to know, why do the Scots as a sport throw telephone poles?
What colour it is?
Really weird sport, that one. I've never really understood that.
I think that's funny.
A lot of strange things happening over there. But anyway,
Do the
I
lights
agree
go
with that.
on because it bumps the ground?
Oh no, it's just a
Or does the
stick.
light
Well, it's a
go
big
off
stick. It's a
because
pole.
it bumps
There's
the
no
ground?
lights involved.
You know how people in Australia
See, I've
kick the
confused you already.
light posts and it turns the light
That's
off?
because it's got an automatic sensor
Yeah, a
to
lot of
save
kids
the
these
lights.
days in Australia do that. It's just stupid.
That's stupid.
Doofuses.
Indeed. Right, what else is going on in our weird and wonderful life? But first of all, thank you to Mona.
Thanks,
it is lovely
Mona.
to
I
receive
love it.
from our community, not
Yeah.
just the emails,
It's up
but
there
also
with Cam's. Hey,
the
Cam.
written things like cards
It's
or
lovely.
the gifts that they send.
It's lovely, Mona.
Cam from Tasmania, your cards are up there on the mantelpiece as well above our head.
This is like my mantelpiece, okay?
It is a mantelpiece, consider
so
that.
all the
Grinch
special
is there.
stuff goes there.
Yep.
So if anyone sends me things,
Yep.
that's where it goes.
Indeed.
Because you people are special.
Indeed.
Because I wouldn't have a channel if it wasn't for you people.
Yeah, if you do want to send anything, there is address, postal details in the descriptions of the videos
changed, but
and
we
on
have
the About Us
redirect.
page
Don't worry
as well.
if you've already sent something, there's redirect.
Correct,
But,
exactly.
you know, basically,
If Australia Post is working.
you know,
I'm
you
just
can
saying.
send anything. I'm not saying like send stuff. It's
No.
like just a letter, just a card. If you ever want to share your story and
Photos of your favourite
private.
animal, whatever it might be.
Exactly. Like
Okay.
it's totally up to you.
Yeah,
It's
always
just
stuff to share.
available if you want to.
There's options available to people as we go out there. And look, it's important to say that too, particularly around Christmas time, because there are a lot of people who are ISO. Just like I was saying with the person down the hallway who, you know, literally seeing their face and the eyes light up to go, look, here's someone that's acknowledging for their medical condition, that they're not thought of as being strange and or weird, but actually, yeah, no worries, happy and understanding that, and also here to offer help and assistance.
Exactly. Like
But I also ask,
she
you know, are you going along to the Christmas party? Are you aware of
Is
it?
she
If you're
going?
not, please do. Love to see you there as well. And I think she's going to try now to actually turn up, which would be lovely to see her there. So we've got the carols tomorrow if you're feeling up to it, and it could be an if you're up to it because we've got the doctor's appointment tomorrow. And then on Friday,
that's right. It does
it's
depend,
the
because it's a long
buildings Christmas party as
Yes.
well. So again,
So that's
if
the big
you're up
party.
to it, we'll see. We might put in an appearance and say g'day.
That's a big
to a few
party, but
people.
I do want to
Yep.
say hi because,
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of people are very special to me here.
Correct.
Yeah, it,
So-
it had turned off for a while.
Keep an eye on this. So today you also met three new stuff. As you said, you had a bit of an interaction with them as well. Just a brief
It
introduction.
was great.
It's been a bit of a challenge because you've had so many new stuff. And here's another thing to be
Yeah.
mindful. When you do transitions into new SIL, so supported independent living or care environments, and you change providers, there is that transition of getting to know the administration, the support teams, for them to get to know you.
Yeah.
all your processes,
And what
your
my
plans,
goals
so
are
your
to help
personal
me reach
emergency
my
evacuation or
goals.
your seizure plans or medication plans.
Yeah, that's all big
Specialist
deal
training that they have to undergo as well to manage that,
because of
from
rare
manual
syndrome.
handling, from seizures to, oh my God, all these things. So
Well,
there's a
one
few
of them's
things.
a nurse that's just doing her conversion.
Yeah,
for
so she's a
Australia.
nurse from another country, so
Yes.
she's come over. And of course, many people who come over and migrate over,
They
they have to do the conversion to obviously be qualified in the country for registration as well. So she's already pre-trained in that space, so it's great to have someone who's got that
so
experience.
She's got the skills,
Yeah,
and
lovely.
I need that. And look, my team here is just, I can't say one negative thing. Like, they're just amazing.
Very supportive, very helpful, very friendly.
We're like a little family, and it's just lovely. Like, you know, the main lady who runs my care organisation Willow loves her. He gets belly rubs whenever she comes.
This cat,
he gets belly rubs.
Look at him over there again on my bed. I'm quite affronted to this. You know, we're doing a medical emergency. Dyan's having yesterday the Tourette's episode, but then that went into full dystonia, and that lasted about 3 hours, by the way, too. For those who saw that brief video, the actual dystonic component, the posturing, the fixation on the legs, 3 hours before it actually released off. But here's Willow. He comes up to Alan, who's come in to assist me through this process. He just flops on the bed and nudges her to say, please start tickling my tummy while you're here. I know you're looking after Mum, that's okay, but look after me too. The cat, seriously, he's got staff. The cat's got staff. Apart from me, he's got other staff now. A cat's life. I need to be a cat.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at the fluff on your bed.
Look at this.
The evidence. Evidence. This cat.
Okay, that's a new kitten.
Yeah, that's a kitten in its own right, that one. Jeez, go figure. Right, ma'am. Well, I need to get you some food because we're getting into that period of time.
I need to have my din-dins, everybody.
Your oxygen stats continue to flatten. We've heard the alarm go off obviously a few times during this particular episode. It's important for us to record.
This, guys, look. What you're experiencing now is all day, every day.
Yep.
But we will plug this into the computer, ready for tomorrow's appointment.
Get some data off that. You'll be wearing it tomorrow, like I said, during the travel, because travelling, sitting upright, particularly with orthostatic intolerance, that's going to go right off the charts.
We'll see what happens, correct.
Fun, isn't it?
So there you go, that's my life.
That's your life.
Welcome to my world, but happy Vlogmas, because
happy Vlogmas.
It doesn't matter what your situation is. Yep. Life goes on. I'm alive. Yep. And Christmas is coming.
Hey Google.
And I'm here for it.
What's tomorrow's temperature? Just out of interest. It's having a think.
Tomorrow in Como, expect a high of 31.
31?
A low of 16.
Okay.
But we're going inland.
31 for travel. Could be a couple of degrees more.
2 or 3 degrees warmer inland.
Okay. Well,
so
31 I can still deal with. It's not 40.
It's not too bad, so I think I'll be safe.
In a couple of days' time, though, it's actually going to crack up to
actually,
40 degrees and above. So we're hitting a heat wave.
Which I love it, because guess what?
I don't.
Hydrotherapy.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to be living in the pool, because you know what? You're going to be like a tea bag. You're going to be dunked in and dunked out, because you need to stay cool, miss.
I'll be up and down in the lift.
I don't need you hot.
Come back up.
If you're hot,
crash.
We'll have more events.
Swim, come back up.
Well, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see what we do get up to in our build-up in the last few days before Christmas.
Live your best life regardless of what's going on for you. Do what you can do. Don't focus on what you can't.
Correct. And we try and encourage that. I'm just here around catching just in case. So that's all right. That's what we're here to do, isn't it?
But guys, thank you so much for your support.
Absolutely.
You guys are amazing. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. This is not the end of Vlogmas,
don't
get me wrong.
There's still more to come.
I know we're getting towards the end.
We've got a ball to make.
I know that, but show them close
National
up the
Lampoon version of
No,
Make
it's
It.
not.
That's what they say in their advertising. It is.
It's
MTA's
not.
Miniverse.
Miniverse.
Make It Mini Holiday National Lampoon style. It does say that in the advertising.
Exactly.
I
so
promise
guys,
you.
it's going to be
Christmas
fun, okay? And I'm going to do that tomorrow. So that'll be tomorrow's Vlogmas. What?
Oh, that sounds good.
It's new.
I now know why I beeped when I went out of Kmart. It's the security tags. I'm going out. And the security team were rushing at me. They weren't. They just looked at me and goes, bye, Matt.
If you want one of these, sorry late notice, because I didn't know they existed.
I've only just found them.
But basically, go to Kmart.
I've already reduced in price because it's almost over.
Maybe Target have them, Big W have them, I don't know.
Yep.
Sorry, dinner. Well, half of my dinner. I've still got to have more.
Yes.
So that's new. So I'm sorry I didn't learn about that earlier. If I did, I would have got them.
Okay.
And I could have made them for
Well,
Vlogmases.
I found them. So there you go.
So now for the next Vlogmases, or the next Vlogmas, because I've only got one.
Yeah.
Because we're getting towards the end, as you know. And I only go the 24th because I'm European style. So that's when I end. Because Christmas Day, to me, is Boxing Day.
It is indeed.
So basically, tomorrow's Vlogmas is that.
And I have gotten the food ready to cook for Christmas.
Can see if you like
I have
it.
a lovely lamb
gift.
roast.
It's a good present.
Potatoes.
Oh, yeah. We're cooking your sister a
Pumpkin.
beautiful roast.
Onion.
Roast.
Gravy.
Lamb.
Bread rolls.
Oh,
Got a pudding with cream.
Is my recipe awesome or not?
Awesome. It is indeed.
Even
I'm going to look forward to making
Matt's
that.
sister was very impressed.
Got some ham.
And I was like, yes, that was my recipe. Yes. I'm very proud of my recipe.
You should be proud of your
I
recipe.
come from very good cooks.
Yep.
I don't know how to cook, but unfortunately with my disability,
It's over
he
to
takes
me.
over my
So I'm now
cooking.
the chef in the kitchen.
He's learned from me, and he does a great job.
I'm very good in the kitchen.
You're
Thank you
very
very much.
good at it.
Exactly.
So we look forward to, I don't know what you guys are doing. I know it's stupid.
I'd love
guys.
to hear
I know it's stupid. It's
in the
hot
comments,
in Australia.
questions,
and
ideas
we
and
have
suggestions
a
below
hot roast
what
dinner.
you're having for your Christmas
Aren't we
dinner,
stupid?
your meal, your special
Aren't we
occasion, your event
stupid?
when you got people coming over.
But aren't
Do
we
you have something
stupid?
planned? Are you having another shrimp on the barbie?
But they're freezing cold, most of these people.
Well,
They're
it makes
having
sense
a
for
hot
them
roast.
to have something hot.
We're having a hot roast in
But at least it's not going to be
peak
It's
summer.
not going to be 40 degrees. It's going to be about 28, 30.
Yeah, that's
on that
nothing.
day.
It's cold.
That's cold. That's fine.
cold.
So anyway, that's what we're doing for our
Anything
Christmas.
30 and
Guys,
above,
thank you very much for watching today's
Celsius.
episode
That's
and of course
Celsius.
following us along. We will see you in another Vlogmas episode real soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.